Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you all my Cardfight Vanguard Wirbel deck profile. This is the new Dragon Empire deck from the latest Cardfight Vanguard booster set, Knights of Rebirth. It's a really awesome deck that focuses on the energy blast mechanic, giving you plenty of energy generator energy to use with Hellfire Dragon, Wirbel Dragon, which looks like Vortex Dragon. I have to say it, I think they just did an homage to Vortex Dragon with this card, but still very excited to be building this deck. Figured I'd give you all my take with the support we currently have for the deck, being a restanding Vanguard for one of the more iconic playstyles for Dragon Empire. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So we'll go ahead and start off with the ride deck. For our ride deck, we have obviously the energy generator with our grade 0 being Lizard Soldier Jisun. When it's ruled upon, if you went second, draw a card. Our grade 1 is Demonic Dragon Mage Yoko. When this card is ruled upon by Dragritter Azar, you energy blast 3, draw a card, choose one of your Vanguards, it gets +5 until end of turn. So just being able to set up our grade 2 Dragritter Azar with a 15k body, using the energy blast for draw power. And when it's ruled upon by a grade 3 with Wirbel in its card name, choose one of your Vanguards, and the cost of that unit's original auto ability is reduced by 1 counterblast until end of turn. So being able to reduce the counterblast for our main go-to Vanguard is very useful, because along with Hellfire Dragon's own option for the restand, the counterblast will definitely get heavy for some of the other cards that we run in the deck. So we want to be able to reduce those costs as best as we can. Additionally, I also want to run 3 more copies of Wirbel in the main deck as well. Only have the 1 additional copy, so 2 of the spot holders are Penetrate Dragon Trabosh, just as a proxy spot for 3 additional copies of this card. At the beginning of your main phase, you energy charge 3. So along with your turn energy charge, you'll get 3 additional ones thanks to this Vanguard's ability. And on the Vanguard, you can energy blast 3, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. If you did not retire a card, this unit gets +5 until end of turn. If your opponent's Vanguard's a Great Irrigator, it gets +10 instead of +5, having the additional power on top of the Persona Ride power, but the main play comes into the form of the Vanguards once per turn. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If you energy blast 6 or more in total for the cost of this unit's ability this turn, which, remember, once again, the energy blast 3 is not once per turn either with this card. But if you did it twice for this card, you can counter +1, stand this unit, and it gets drive -2 until end of turn, and soul blast 1 card with the same card as this unit, and it gets drive +1 until end of turn. So then being able to at least give it 1 drive check for the restand by being able to soul blast a copy of Wirbel to be able to do so. For the grade 2s, we also want to run 4 copies of Dragritter Bashara. I have 1 of the Brachioforce for the final spot for this card. Also, when it's placed on rearguard, choose a grade 3 card with Wirbel and its card name from your ride deck, and you may reveal it. If you revealed a card, or you have a grade 3 Vanguard with Wirbel and its card name, counter +1, choose one of your opponent's rearguards, retire it. If you did not retire a card, draw a card. So once again, retire power, but also just being able to give you a draw, if not. And on rearguard, this unit gets +5 for every energy blast 3 paid for the cost of the act ability of your grade 3 Vanguard with Wirbel and its card name this turn. So then you just have additional power every time you use the energy blast of Wirbel for its own capabilities in the deck. We're also running 4 copies of Dragritter Kakozawa, I believe is how you pronounce it. That is just the craziest name I've seen for a Cardfight Vanguard unit, and that is saying something. When this unit is placed on rearguard from hand, other than by the unit's ability, or discard from the hand while riding from the ride deck, choose a card with Persona Ride from your ride deck, reveal it. If you revealed a card or have a Vanguard with Persona Ride, soul blast 1 and put a Persona Shield ticket into your hand. So the Persona Shield ticket just gives you an additional blitz order option during your turn for being able to then have additional guard against your opponent. So being able to place this card gives you more of an option, since we want to save the energy blast abilities for our Vanguard. And when this unit attacks a Great Irrigator unit, it gets +5, being a 15k on its own, and then with the additional boost, hitting for some even bigger numbers against our opponent. We're also running 4 copies to finish off the grade 2s of Dragritter Latifa. The orders in this deck definitely do come up. One of the better orders we run is Drago Resonance, so being able to make use of it with Dragritter Letitia's own ability. When this card is placed on rearguard, other than by a unit's card ability, if you played a normal order this turn, you can soul blast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard from among them, reveal it, call it to rearguard, and if it is a unit card, put it into hand. If it's a normal order, shuffle the deck. So just being able to grab you the additional order to use later on the following turn. And when this unit attacks a grade 3 unit, this unit gets +5 to until the end of battle for each of your opponent's open rear guards in the same column as this unit. So if you know how to set up the retire power with Wirbel, you can then use the added power of those open units to make your Latifah all the stronger on the rear guards as well. For the grade 1s, we do want to run 4 copies of the new Mass Bullets of Dust Storms or Vreens. When I first saw this card, I thought it was going to be for Eugene, but it is actually for Wirbel. If you have a grade 3 or grade Vanguard with Wirbel in its card name, this card gets all the following. On auto, when this unit's placed on rear guard from hand, energy charge 3, and you cannot activate the act abilities of that energy generator until the end of this turn, but that is okay. You're making up for the use of the energy generator by setting it to the max number to then be able to use for Wirbel's own retire power. And on rear guard, when this unit boosts, this unit gets +5 until end of that battle. If this unit is boosting a grade 3 or greater unit with your Wirbel in its card name, you can Soul Blast 1 and stand this unit, giving you a boosted unit to then be able to restand again with, to then boost the Wirbel that also just restood against your opponent. I find it interesting that it basically locks out the energy generator, so it's a good option just so we have that additional energy charge 3 to be able to have a guarantee for our energy blast 6 needed to restand our Wirbel. And also 2 copies of the Drag Ritter Nermin. When it's placed on rear guard, counter blast 1, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 3 or greater card from among them, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle the deck. If you do not reveal a card, counter charge 1. So it's just search power, being able to choose up to 1 grade 3 or greater card from among them and add it to your hand. And if your opponent's rear guard was retired or bound this turn, it gets +5. So the added not once per turn option of getting +5 every time something is retired works well with just an added unit on rear guard to provide boost, whether it be to our Vanguard or to one of our other rear guards as well. And then more search and retire power comes in the form of our Stealth Fiend Shenri. When this unit boosts, if your opponent has 1 or less rear guards and you played an aura this turn, this unit gets +5 until the end of that battle. And at the end of that battle, put this unit to the soul and draw a card, which will be a guarantee because we are running Drago Resonance in the deck. So having Shenri just as added soul build-up power to then be able to use with some of our other cards like Latifah, definitely to come up. And the 4 copies of our Sentinel, being Twin Buckler Dragon. Just the Sentinel choice, I find it to look the most aesthetically pleasing to run with the Wirbel lineup. And lastly, for the grade 1s, I have 1 copy of Red Jewel Beast Galnet. If you wanted to run a Regalis piece, you could put it here in this spot here, just to use with our Vanguard as the additional draw power and shield power by putting cards back into the ride deck. For our order spot, I want to run 4 copies of Drago Resonance. I don't know where I have my other copies, so 2 copies of this and 2 copies of Special Order Mountain Beast Breath of Flame Dragon as an energy blast option to then be able to call out units equal to the number of open cards on our opponent's rearguard circles. But ideally, 4 copies of Drago Resonance, being able to choose a Vanguard, and it gets on Vanguard once per turn. When this unit stands, all your front row get +10 until the end of turn. So when you restand your Wirbel, your plus row gets +10 thanks to that power. So very useful to then be able to use that option with this card for the added power strength, and then just a free cost option since it doesn't require Counter Blast, a Soul Blast, or Energy Blast for this order. And then for the trigger lineup, we're going 7 critical just for the added pressure for our Vanguard, and then having the additional Put into Soul ability 1 for this spot. 4 copies of Flare Veil Dragon. Now, hand consistency is one thing I definitely was noticing with this deck, so I preferred the draw over the front for this spot. And then the 4 heal triggers, just running the full generics for this spot also, with our over trigger being Drag Veda, having the restand for our over trigger on top of Wirbel's own ability to restand, just adds immense pressure in total for the entire deck. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy. I definitely look forward to more deck updates from the Knights of Rebirth booster set. It definitely is a fun set with plenty of support for plenty of different decks. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Qualia out.